prayers, offerings, devotion. This is one image of India, a place of spirituality and tolerance. But another view is emerging, and intolerant nationalist politics is starting to take grip of the country, amid a global trend of increasing right-wing nationalism, often at the expense of minorities.
Hinduism and Hindutva is blood running in Indian veins.
हिंदू कभी आतंकवादी नहीं. हिंदू एक चींटी भी होती, सबसे छोटी चींटी होती है, चींटी को भी पैर में न दब जाए, इतना उसका सहिष्णु होता है, इतना उदार होता है, इतना दयालु होता है.
अगर एक हिंदू को मारेंगे तो 100 को हम भी मारेंगे.
At the center of the story is India's largest state, Uttar Pradesh, and the holy city of Ayodhya. Ayodhya is a place of pilgrimage, but in recent years it's also become a symbol of political and religious tensions. And this year in particular, with elections just a few weeks ahead, these tensions are being exploited by Hindu nationalist groups, including politicians from the BJP, India's People's Party in English, who are currently seeking re-election with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Just arrived at a BJP rally. It's been pretty chaotic. The Home Minister, who's also the MP of Lucknow, has just arrived, and earlier on a whole group of men charged at the security gates, broke down the security barriers, and came in screaming, "All hail leader." Who are the BJP and where did they come from? The BJP is part of a network of organizations that follows a militant Hindu nationalist ideology known as Hindutva. At the head of the network is the RSS, a paramilitary organization that promotes Hindu supremacy. The network includes a body for culture and education, a student group, NGOs, trade unions, and a political party. Today, the BJP under Narendra Modi are both populist and nationalist.
Modi represents common man. Modi believes in one India, one nation. That's why we Indians believe in Modi.
So our main motive is development, not any religion, not any caste. We don't have any barriers. Everyone is invited to our party and we invite everyone out.
कि ये हमारा एक उद्देश्य था कि इसके हम लोग चाहते थे कि सभी लोगों का, सभी धर्मों का साथ है, सारे लोग एक साथ मिल करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ खड़े, इसलिए हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, ईसाई चारों लोग और सभी लोगों का पूरा वो है.
Why would activists of the BJP, a right-wing nationalist group, want to present this diverse, inclusive image? I asked Ashin Vinayak, writer and social activist who is an expert on Hindu nationalism.
I would put down to the very simple fact that they know you're from abroad. It's as simple as that. And they want to present a conscious, not present an image that everything is fine, this, that. It's part of the standard which you'll find even from non-BJP, how tolerant Hinduism is. It wants to have a favorable international opinion among the public and among governments.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has developed a global image of a free-trading, yoga-loving, humble statesman. He travels the world in traditional clothes, hands pressed together in front of his chest, making alliances with right-wing governments and trade deals with the others. But Modi's image hasn't always been so clean.
Well, Modi was an RSS activist from youth, and he is lent by the RSS to the BJP. So he becomes a chief minister in Gujarat in the 90s. And then, of course, you have the 2002 pogrom against Muslims, which came around as a result of what happened in Godhra, where 57 Hindus died. And then, of course, riots began. And Modi made it very clear that let the Hindus vent their anger. And that carried on. And you had a huge number of people killed, around about 2,000, overwhelmingly Muslims. And what happened after 2002, far from diminishing his electoral appeal in Gujarat, made him even more popular.
That popularity has continued, and in May 2019, Modi's BJP won the elections with an increased majority. And it's not just Modi. The militant Hindutva ideology is as popular as ever.
नहीं, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी भी आरएसएस से हैं, गृह मंत्री जी भी आरएसएस से, हम सब लोग भी आरएसएस की विचारधारा से रखते हैं.
I am not a member of RSS, but I am not against the RSS. The ideology which is bring out by the RSS is also not a bad one.
Hinduism represents lifestyle of India. Hinduism and Hindutva is blood running in Indian veins.
The influence of the BJP and its parent organization, the RSS, goes much deeper than just politics. The last 5 years has been a campaign for hegemonic control over India's culture, society, and institutions. And here, the Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi, traditionally a bastion of left-wing and progressive intellectuals, students have been fighting constant attacks by RSS students, both verbally and physically.
See, JNU is a university where we use education to fight our social oppression. When they understand how the system works, how capitalism and in India, casteism is excluding them, questions start. And now when this happens, no one in power likes us. What we represent is a true picture of this country. What they represent is hatred, bigotry, and if I have to put in one point blank, fascism.
ABVP is the student wing of RSS. They were not so popular on campus 5 years ago, but once the BJP came into power, what it did, not just in this university, it does this all over the country, is that it places members of RSS on positions of power. Like there was a huge RSS rally that happened inside the campus with people shouting, Hindu hegemony will be established. This is a poster of Shahid Bhagat Singh, who is an Indian freedom fighter. He fought against the British colonial rule, and along with that he was an ardent Marxist. So Bhagat Singh has two documented photos of him, photographs. One is of him inside the jail and the other one is of him with a slanted hat. So now they have replaced that slanted hat with a saffron turban, and then they put him all across the campus. Saffron is the color of Hindu ideology.
The RSS dress code is khaki shorts and black cap.
Okay.
The black cap comes from the Mussolini's dress. The brown shirts and shorts come from the Hitler's dress. So we call them...
So it's a Mussolini, Hitler-inspired outfit.
It's a combination of Mussolini and Hitler. This has been specifically written in Golwalkar's book. You'll have to read that book.
In that book, M.S. Golwalkar, then leader of the RSS, expressed his support for Nazi ideology and called their treatment of Jews race pride at its highest. They were disgraced after refusing to take part in the movement against British colonialism. But today, the Hindutva ideology is stronger than ever. The RSS have millions of members and hold regular training camps for militants who are able to enforce the ideology with impunity.
I'm lucky that I'm speaking to you now. After we won the election this time, the ABVP cadres with some RSS people were drunk whole night and they were attacking whomever they found that they did not vote for them. Then the mob comes over me, they try to attack me, I sit in the police vehicle, then they surround the police vehicle, they stop the police vehicle, they assault me inside the car, 100 RSS people come into the police station. In that more than 100 RSS people, there are 2 JNU professors of RSS. They threaten me that they'll cut me into pieces, burn me alive, kill me.
The story of how the RSS became so powerful can be traced back to 1990, when a month-long chariot march ended here in Uttar Pradesh. In Lucknow, Hindutva groups reenact the final stage of this march, which concluded at a 16th century mosque in Ayodhya. Vilindra is a senior member of an RSS-affiliated group who took part in this campaign.
तो उस समय ताला खोलो अभियान चला तो एक रथ लेकर, जैसे अभी रथ निकला है, ऐसे रथ लेकर हम 8 रथों के माध्यम से पूरे देश में निकले और उस रथ के माध्यम से हमने जब ये प्रारंभ हुआ कि वीर बहादुर होश में आओ, जन्मभूमि की चाबी लाओ। जन्मभूमि पर ताला लगा हुआ था राम जन्मभूमि के, ताला को लेकर खोलने के लिए हम पूरे देश में जनजागरण किए और देश में जनजागरण करने के बाद वह ताला खुला और वह जो राम की जन्मभूमि के ऊपर जो बाबर ने कलंकित एक मस्जिद जो बना दिया था, उसको हटाने में हिंदू समाज सफल रहा।
Once the march reaches Ayodhya, Bilindra and RSS-affiliated groups do a victory lap around the residential part of the city, shouting slogans from the 1990 campaign. We're in Ayodhya right now. We're following the VHP procession. As you can see, there's a truck which has sort of been converted into a temple, disco kind of situation. Lots of men with saffron headbands. Ramas leading the procession right at the front. The original Ram Temple March propelled the BJP to prominence. It was a calculated piece of political theatre, engineered by RSS groups to win over ordinary Hindus.
It was the biggest mass movement since independence. And the difference between the nature of the mass movement of independence and this is that the mass movement of independence is connected to a genuine grievance, colonialism, the desire for independence. This is connected to a goal which is an artificially constructed goal about a demolition of a supposed Ram temple some 500 years ago. Look at the irony of a situation in which when it was supposedly demolished, there was less of an uproar. Yeah. It's a constructed anger.
These stones will be used to build a Hindu temple in Ayodhya, where, according to legend, is where Lord Rama was born. But more recently, it was the location where Hindu nationalist groups destroyed a Mughal-era mosque. The resulting riots led to the deaths of thousands. And today the dispute is still a sore point for many Muslims in this part of India, largely because the ruling BJP party and other Hindu nationalist groups are determined to build a temple on the remains of the mosque.
वहाँ पर किसी प्रकार की मस्जिद नहीं थी। मस्जिद में मीनारें होती हैं, उस स्थान पे कोई मीनार नहीं थी। उस मंदिर के सारे चिन्ह, उसमें मंदिर के चिन्ह थे, मस्जिद केवल लिख दिया गया था। हम उस जीर्ण शीर्ण ढांचे को हटाए हैं, किसी मस्जिद को नहीं हटाए, किसी मस्जिद को नहीं गिराए। उस ढांचे को हटाकर हम मंदिर को बनाने का हमने प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
Ram temple should be built, and very soon as possible, Ram temple should be built. Muslims are also supporting the Ram temple. No Muslim is opposing Ram temple.
ये तो हर व्यक्ति जानता है कि भगवान राम अयोध्या के हैं। बाबर का जो नाम आ रहा है, बाबर एक बाहरी आक्रमणकारी था, आतताई था, जो यहाँ आकर के उन्होंने कई मंदिरें तोड़ी, कई जगह तोड़े, जिसको मस्जिद के रूप में परिवर्तित किया।
So you don't think that the building of the Ram temple might inflame Muslim-Hindu relations?
No Muslim in India is opposing Ram temple. I can challenge anyone.
राम मंदिर बनने से जो हिंदू मुसलमानों में कोई मतभेद आएगा या सांप्रदायिकता फैलेगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। ये केवल और केवल ऊपरी दिखाया जाता है कि हिंदू मुसलमान दूर दूर बटे हुए हैं।
Muslims and Hindus lived in relative harmony in India for over 1,000 years. But rifts intensified during the British Empire, who saw Muslim-Hindu unity as a threat. In fact, historians say that it was the British that started rumors that the Babri Mosque in Ayodhya was built on top of a Ram temple, planting the seeds of religious tensions which continue to this day.
जी, वहाँ पर सारी दुनिया को पता है कि मस्जिद थी, मस्जिद को तोड़ दिया गया और वो मामला अब अदालत में चल रहा है। हैं, ये सरासर जो है पॉलिटिकल इशू है, हैं, ये उससे कुछ सियासी फ़ायदा उठाना चाहते हैं कि इसको बना करके या इसको इस मामले को ज़िंदा रख करके कुछ हिंदू मुस्लिम की दूरी पैदा की जाए.
Muslims are among the poorest sections of Indian society. You cannot argue that Muslims are dominating over us. How do you create resentment against them? Playing the politics of historical revenge, generating fear. They are terrorists. Should we be that surprised that this can have so much resonance?
Dozens of Muslim men from Azamgarh in eastern Uttar Pradesh have been arrested on terror charges. In 2008, 4 young men from Sanjapur village were arrested in Delhi, accused of being involved in terror attacks. 2 of which were Shadab Ahmad's son and Muhammad Asim's nephew.
मेरा बेटा मोहम्मद सैफ जो है कंप्यूटर की ट्रेनिंग लेने के लिए दिल्ली गया था और उसके बाद जयपुर, अहमदाबाद, दिल्ली हर जगह के बम ब्लास्ट केसेस में उसको जो है मुल्जिम बना दिया गया.
इन बच्चों ने कभी जयपुर की शक्ल भी नहीं देखी और उनको वहाँ ब्लास्ट से जोड़ दिया गया. ये हम लोगों के लिए बहुत सदमे की घड़ी है. उस सारे बच्चों के खिलाफ कोई सबूत नहीं मिला, लेकिन 10 साल से लगातार जेल में बंद किए हुए हैं, हाई सिक्योरिटी वार्ड में, और अभी बुरी तरह से पीटा गया है बच्चों को.
मुसलमानों को बिना किसी सबूत के गलत तरीके से इस तरह के आतंकवाद के केसों में फंसाया जा रहा है.
और यहाँ पर कोशिश ये की गई कि हिंदू मुस्लिम की दूरी बढ़ाई जाए.
India is a Hindu country, but it's also a Muslim one. And estimates from 2018 say that there are more Muslims in India than there are in Pakistan. The 17th century mosque behind me is evidence of the long history of Muslims in this country. Uttar Pradesh alone has 44 million Muslims. That's more than the combined populations of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. And it's these Muslims that are on the sharp end of communal violence more than any other group. Several of Modi's allies in the BJP have faced accusations of stoking communal tensions. None more so than the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, who we hope to get an interview with at the rally in Lucknow. We're marching with the rally now, and there are hundreds of thousands of people here. We were hoping to speak to Yogi Adityanath, but he's actually been banned from speaking by the Electoral Commission. He can't speak to the press or in public because of hate speech. Yogi was gagged for referring to a Muslim party as a green virus and comparing the election to a battle of faiths rather than parties.
कांग्रेस को अली पर, सपा बसपा को अली पर विश्वास है, हमें भी बजरंग बली पर विश्वास है.
Rajiv Yadav is a filmmaker and general secretary of advocacy organization Rihai Manch. For more than a decade, he has documented how Yogi's hate speech has incited violence.
और हम लोगों ने तय कर रखा है कि अगर वो एक हिंदू बालिका को ले जाएंगे तो कम से कम 100 मुस्लिम बालिकाओं को हिंदू अगर एक हिंदू को मारेंगे तो 100 को हम भी सब एक धर्म युद्ध की तैयारी कर रहे हैं. हिंदू अलग संस्कृति है, मुस्लिम अलग संस्कृति है. दोनों एक साथ नहीं रह सकती. 2 संस्कृतियां कभी एक साथ नहीं रह सकती हैं. ये टकराव होगा, जरूर होगा. आक्रामकता के साथ अपनी कार्रवाई को अंजाम दे सके, इसलिए हम लोगों ने हिंदू वाहिनी का गठन किया है.
हिंदू वाहिनी योगी की जो है एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन था योगी का. देखिए क्या हुआ कि जब 2005 में मऊ में दंगे हो गए और मऊ में दंगों में जब आया कि हिंदू वाहिनी का रोल है, उस रोल को समझने के लिए हम जब समझने लगे, वो अपने आप में एक भयावह दंगा था. उसमें एकदम गुजरात पैटर्न पे हुआ था. माँ बेटी के साथ बलात्कार हुआ था, लोगों को टुकड़े टुकड़े काट करके जला दिया गया था.
अब बर्दाश्त की सीमाएं समाप्त हो चुकी हैं. अगर कोई हिंदुओं के घरों और दुकानों में आग लगाता है, तो मैं नहीं मानता हूं कि आपको इन सब कृत्यों को करने, इस प्रकार के कृत्य करने से कोई रोकता है।
उसके बाद गोरखपुर बस्ती मंडल में बड़े स्तर पे दंगे भड़के।
Communal violence, if it means religious tensions and religious violence, they've existed. But in modern times, they get much more deepened and sharpened because identities get sharpened and deepened in many ways. So anti-Muslimness is foundational to the ideology of Hindu nationalism. What has happened now since 2014 is very, very disturbing because what you're now having is a kind of normalization, this kind of violence against Muslims in particular. You have the people doing this and very confident that they will go unpunished.
Uttar Pradesh, where many of these videos were taken, has seen more communal violence than any other state. Hindutva groups like Bajrang Dal, who play the role of morality police in India, are regularly implicated.
यहाँ पर मुसलमानों को जो है धार्मिक वो दाढ़ी रखता है, टोपी रखता है, वो बुर्का पहनती है, हिजाब पहनता है, वो ये खाता है, वो खाता है, उसके नाम पर उसको मारा जाता है।
जी यहाँ जो है, यहाँ क्या पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में गाय के नाम पे लोगों को मारा जा रहा है, पीटा जा रहा है और कहीं भी कोई गाय जानवर कोई लेके जा रहा है तो उसको ज़बरदस्ती जो है उसके जानवर छीन ले जा रहे हैं, उसको मार के पुलिस के हवाले कर दिया जा रहा है।
Modi was banned by the US after the Gujarat riots. Today, they welcome him with open arms, keen to tap into India's 1.3 billion person market. And in return, the Indian state borrows the US's war on terror tactics to justify its suppression of Muslims.
Everybody uses the term Islamic terrorism and jihad now. Have you ever heard of Christianic terrorism, Hinduistic terrorism, Judaic terrorism? But when you say Islamic terrorism, you're linking it to a religion. And that's something that's very, very dangerous and dishonest. The discourse of terrorism is used to justify, to claim that your enemies are the terrorists and to hide the terrorism that you carry out.
यह गलत प्रचार हुआ है, गलत तरीके से वह जो है समाज में प्रचारित हुआ है। जैसे आज हिंदू को आतंकवादी के रूप में प्रचारित हुआ। हिंदू कभी आतंकवादी नहीं। हिंदू एक चींटी भी होती, सबसे छोटी चींटी होती है, चींटी को भी पैर में न दब जाए, इतना उसका सहिष्णु होता है, इतना उदार होता है, इतना दयालु होता है।
I think right now is a time when one should believe in international solidarity and come together to fight fascism. A lot of attacks and lynchings are happening on the Muslim and the Dalit community, but no one is willing to, come in terms with the fact, and they're like, no, Muslims are fine, the Dalits are fine, but then it can lead to an even genocidal phase.
But far-right populism and the persecution of Muslims isn't exclusive to India. It is a global problem.
The RSS BJP's strength is that it has a transformative project for India. You have to counter it with an alternative transformative project, which cannot simply be this kind of existing neoliberal capitalism. Recognize Modi for who he is. Recognize the RSS for what it is. In other words, I don't separate the struggle against communalism from the wider struggle for a much more transformative project.
India today is a country that seems trapped between a problematic caste system, neoliberal capitalism, and a mix of ancient traditions and religions. Here in Ayodhya, Indians continue to come to the banks of the Sarayu River, as they have done for centuries, immersing themselves in these waters to wash away their sins. This tradition has outlived empires, despots, politicians, and ideologues. And, as sure as this will continue for centuries more, so too will the tradition of resistance to colonization, hatred, and oppression in all its forms.